In doing the comparisons on the BRD, each of us can do that, but need to do it on our own using the comparison function in Word. As you know, if you open up Word, here is the Home tab. This is what you'll see when you first come in. To do a comparison, you need to come down to the Review tab. To actually compare documents, you're going to come down to the Compare tab. Now notice it has a little down arrow here. You'll click on that down arrow and pick the Compare, not the Combine option. It'll do this pop-up for you, and you need to pick the documents you want to compare. First of all, we're going to look for the original. This is the document that we sent to Pravat for review, and you'll find that in Public, IS, NetSuite Questionnaires Final, BRD, and then the one we sent with comments is the one that is Business Requirements Document, Michael B-Robert-Jeff-Betty. Double click on that, and that's the one that has all the combined comments, and that is what we reviewed with Gary and ultimately sent. In turn, the document we're comparing it to, just come up here to the little folder option, click on it, is in the Dunlap Industries BRD version 1.1 final folder, and there's only one file in there with the same name as that folder, so double click on that to load it in. Once it's loaded in, I recommend that you come down to the comparison settings and click in the Comments tab right here. Make sure that is clicked. Otherwise, I went with the default options of Word Level and New Document for the Show Changes. If yours is not set to that, please change it to Word Level and New Document. Otherwise, it will not resemble what you're about to see. Go ahead and hit OK. You'll get a warning message that one or both of these documents have track changes, and for purposes of comparison, it'll consider it all to be accepted, and so that will be okay. So hit Yes to continue with the comparison. It'll spin for a little while it goes through the comparison, and then ultimately open up this portal that you see here. In the center is a combined document where changes are either struck through and redlined out for what has been added. In the upper right corner here, you'll see the original document, as it notes here, and down here the revised document, and this will all move synchronized with the central document. But the frame where you'll want to work is over here, which is all the revisions, the 54 deletions, 43 moves, and our 79 comments, an amazing number. Notice you've got a little scroll bar right here along the side. What you want to do is start cutting down through the various options that have been added. Like for instance, they deleted the NetSuite symbol from both documents. Okay, they deleted some diagrams here that were not relevant to us. So you just keep on going right through those. Now notice, here's the first thing. They designated that they had inserted a thread winding operation in Graysville, Tennessee, and this is the original comment we had telling them that we had such a division. If you want to go to that area to see it, simply double click on the red line here of the comment where you want to see it, and it will take you to that section. And here it's just ever so slightly off screen, so you can see where they have added. Dunlap Industries has, in the underlined, a thread winding operation in Graysville, Tennessee, and then sales offices in Saudi Daisy. And so that shows you how the changes are made. You can see they deleted things quite often. As you're just reading down through this, you can see where we made a comment and how they responded to it. But if you're not sure and you want to see the comment in context, of course, just like the other one, go ahead and double click on the comment. It will take you to that section, and this is where that we were asking them to rename to division rather than department, and you can see how they responded to it accordingly. In many cases, just by surveying what you see here in the leftmost pane, you can see where we made comments and how they responded to them. In many cases, remember, we agreed that we were putting things on hold, or we just simply were not dealing with them at this time. And so some of our comments may not have been answered. Let's go through one quick example, and a simple one at that. Notice here that we have a comment that I made concerning AP and AR. I made a comment to the effect of, I think you mean AR, where they had marked AP. And what they did is, yes, here's my comment, A12, I think you mean AP. So they deleted the R and they inserted the P. And so there's an example, and if you wanted to go to see that magic, you just double click on the inserted and it shows you here. And notice this was our original document that we sent to them. This is what they had, and notice it is ARAP. It looks great. And here where they show making that change. I went through all these changes in under an hour. So you ought to be able to do the same with this, just to get comfort and a surety that in fact they have incorporated everything we want and no more and no less. Along those lines, assuming you do want to make a comment, and it becomes more important when you have to make several comments, which I don't think you will, let me show you what you need to do. Come up here to Track Changes. This way it'll go ahead and put your initials on any change or any comment you might make. Let's say you wanted to make it on this phrase right here. Highlight it, and this is something you're familiar with already, and hit New Comment. Again, it'll give you an opportunity to actually place a comment in it. You can see that it's familiar. It has my name on it, all is well. And then you can do a right click on it, hit Edit Comment. It'll give you an opportunity to annotate this area. When you're done, if you really want to save that document, you'd come up here and do File, Save As. It will go to the Dunlap Industries BRD final directory. You'll probably want to do a dash and your name in it and hit Save. And then I can go ahead and run those comparisons tomorrow. This way, however, if you see anything, oh, by the way, there was the comment over here, and here's where you could, look at this. It doesn't do a pop-up bubble like we saw. It puts the comment right over here. So that is how you can do the comparison between the two fairly painlessly and add any additional comments that we can review tomorrow. Remembering, of course, to do the file, save as, and renaming it to something with dash your name. And that ought to get it done. If you have any further questions, give me a call. And we will look to get this BRD signed off on Thursday. Thanks, and that's what we've got.